about this national security law, which has wider application, at least according to what was written in this article in the national security law, that people in public office have to take the oath, swear allegiance to the Hong Kong SAR of the People's Republic of China and uphold the basic law. This by itself clearly is wider than Article 104 in the Basic Law, which is very specific, referring to a chief executive, principal officials, members of EXCO, members of Legislative Council, and members of the judiciary, judicial members of the judiciary. So this article is much wider. It's much wider for a very good purpose, because if you look at the Constitution of the People's Republic of China, there are at least a couple of articles which require nationals to safeguard national security. So when we need to apply this in Hong Kong, we have to be very precise about the scope. Who are going to be regarded as a person in public office under this provision? Because Hong Kong's legislation, as far as public office, is pretty, I would say, pretty loose and wide. Okay, so we are still deliberating very heavily on this issue. I was just referring to some approaches that have been discussed. One is, of course, that position has to be a statutory position. Okay. The other is that position may have some relationship with the government in terms of funding. It's a government-funded institution, or maybe that is a public office that discharges public powers. But we have not decided, so don't take those as being the scope. So when you refer to, well, somebody has suggested that schools should be put under this category, there has no decision yet. But you know, schools include government schools. So government schools are staffed by civil servants. So they are certainly a public office, and we already have plans to require each and every civil servant to take the oath. For those who joined after 1st of July this year, they have already done so by signing the declaration. For existing civil servants, the Secretary for Civil Service will announce the detailed arrangements. But at the moment, we have not come to a decision on how wide the scope of public office in the national security law should be.